wouldn't you say the same to Angie as well, considering he went off the live because he got dropped, fired up his own live, crying and screaming, right, because of Angie's live? Wouldn't you think that would put Linz in danger?
Okay, but also, Linz wanted him in that box to shut him up because he kept going from live to live and saying that she's pregnant when Linz didn't want anyone to know. So she's like, just box him so we can get this over and done with. We can have his saying it's done.
The first live I saw him in was Jags, and I thought, what the fuck's going on here? Because I didn't even know that Linz was with anyone, and I don't need to know that she's with anyone. That's none of my business. It's no one's business. So he should never have been given a box in Jags in the first place. He should have been dropped straight out as soon as he mentioned it. And no one else should have given him a box.
No, it's wrong. It's wrong. And then people give him abuse in that Gossip Girls live as well. It's fucking wrong.
So okay. If you want to say that I put him in her in danger, that's your opinion. That's fair enough. I'm not even going to say you are lying. My personal opinion, I haven't. But if you saying that I have, right. But you cannot tell me that what I did was worse than Andrew. Sorry.
Okay, and what about the disability comment?
We've gone over this many times.
No, what I'm saying is nobody should have given him a box. She, as far as I can gather, going by what she's saying and everything, she's in the first trimester of her pregnancy. Now, until you deliver a healthy baby, there's nothing to say that something can't go wrong, even up to the 9th month. But in the first trimester of pregnancy, you've got to fucking protect yourself, especially Alex, and no one should have given him a box.
I agree. I 100% agree. But like I said to you, from the back, okay, right.
Hang on, Alex, while he was angry and shouting, you got in that box shouting, oh, I'm the one that got her pregnant, ha, ha, ha. Do you think that was a reasonable thing to do when he's very angry?
Are you joking?
I'm asking you, do you think...
Ever since then, he's not mentioned anything. He's been in loads of chats, not mentioned anything.
While you got in that box and he was ranting and raving and going fucking mental, everyone was going out and you're going, ha, it was me that got Linz pregnant.
Did you see the way he was speaking to women in the chat before I jumped in the box?
Yes, because he's not fucking... Oh, Alex, you're literally losing your fucking...
Not really. So if someone's being derogative towards women in the live and I want to wind him up, sorry, I did.
Yeah, but you went about it the wrong way, Alex.
Well, even if that's your opinion, that's fine, that's cool.
Alex, you could have wound him up in so many different ways, but by turning around and saying, you're not the father, I'm the father, fucking hell, that's the worst possible thing you could have said.
Oh, shut up, Manda, now you're being stupid.
No, Alex, I'm not.
Worst possible thing.
Alex, he's obviously fucking unhinged.
And he doesn't like TikTok as it is. And you're on fucking TikTok and he's seen you argue with her before. It's the worst thing you could have fucking said.
I doubt, the thing is, this is all a lie, right? Do you know how I know this is a lie? She was saying that he doesn't like TikTok, he doesn't like social media. She met him on fucking Facebook.
Because he's so jealous.
Alex, do you know what?
It's a control issue. It's
hold on, Flish. Alex, do you know what? Do you know my ex, my daughter's father?
No, I'm not comparing DVs and all this stuff.
No, listen.
You can't compare DVs.
If someone would have said to him, you're not the father, I'm the father, I'd have fucking got leathered for that.
But you can't compare every situation to being the same.
Jesus Christ. Because we're not saying she's going to get a beating, we're saying she could.
So, okay, because something could happen, that's my fault.
Oh, how are you not seeing it? How are you that fit?
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay, sorry, okay, can I have the lottery numbers off you all?
How are you not seeing it?
Do you know what I don't see? Is narratives being spun.
Do you believe your own bullshit?
No, I don't. No, I don't believe in what ifs. If this could happen or couldn't happen, I don't believe in that.
Oh fucking hell! Oh fuck! It's like talking to a bit more talking to you.
In their culture, it's very bad to say that. I understand about the adultery and stuff like that, but they're not together.
He is controlling.
Yeah, they might not be together, Alex, but that's not to stop him. He knows where she lives. It's
like falling on deaf ears.
It is with you. You don't
not really.
All you have to do is fucking apologise and this can all be fucking done. Instead, you kept
Apologise?
digging and fucking digging your way
Hold
out.
on, someone in the chat just said she laid down with him fast enough. Do people not have one-night stands all the time?
Do they? Sluts?
Well, I've never had one, but I would never shame someone for doing it.
God's sake, you lot having one night stands, you bunch of sluts in the chat.
Well, I haven't personally, but I don't do relationships over fucking...
Can't believe that's just come out. Absolute bunch of sluts.
He has here for two, just showing women as well. Add that to your list of wrongs.
Here's just shame women. Oh, God's sake. You're like mad, you know. It makes me laugh. You know about me shaming? You've said because I had a private voice note stuff like you've shamed anyone in the adult industry, Sheila. What was I about to call you Sheila there for then? You act like Sheila, to be honest with you.
Because you did it, you tugged off on a live of autism.
Oh my God. Go and prove it. Go live.
Proved it in Canadian Anges.
Oh my God, you didn't. It was debunked, you madhead.
Did.
You mad you are.
No.
It's crazy.
Hold on. Lou said if a woman is sleeping about, she is known as that, so he ain't shame no one. Well, how many slut men do you know then, Lou?
Don't you dare call Lou out.
Because isn't it equal opportunities these days? So if it's okay for a man to do it, it's okay for a woman to do it. You shouldn't be shaming women for fucking doing that
But
this
you know
day
what,
and age.
But the thing is, Manda, you know I'm only joking.
I'm talking to that Lou in the comments.
I don't need to
Fucking, how back has she gone in time to say that it's okay for a man to do it, to sleep around, but it's not okay for a woman to do it? How backwards in time is that?
Man, apparently I have to go and make my medication.
You gotta make medication?
Apparently, from the fucking comment. Natalie, whoever the fuck that is.
Big up, Natalie.
People just literally, there's a soul power up your ass.
No, I won't box you, Lou, and especially when you're saying it like that. Don't even know you are.
Go on, Lou, get her. Lou's my auntie.
Yeah, she looks it.
Oh, Amanda. Don't make me dox you.
So what? Like, oh, docs, who fucking cares?
I'm gonna dox you.
You already have.
Alex, do you know what? That's another thing that I've thingied, like the way you've allowed doxing and all that in your chat. That's really shocked me because you would never have allowed that at one point.
Do you know why? Would you want to know the truth?
Yeah.
Because you're not talking to Alex Brigham. I am AI. I'm an AI robot.
You know what it is, Alex, and my personal opinion is you've got too comfortable on this app. You never used to be like this and you're just getting worse and worse because you've been enabled to do it. Your friends will back you no matter what you do. But you want to slam Angie, but you're not realising what you're becoming yourself.
And I've just seen Crashley's comment that women have needs too, and yeah, and why shouldn't women fulfil the needs?
Fair play, Crashley, you know what I mean? Fair play.
Yeah, she's right. Women have needs too. They shouldn't be shamed for it.
Never shame anyone, but Felicity shamed them.
Who did I shame?
You said if people are basically about having the, you know, like the actual like voice notes and that, you tried to shame all that.
Thank you.
No, but why shame me? So I can't be a man in the industry.
You are sending voice notes of you tugging off on voice notes. Yeah, I
don't get a little bit sexual. I don't want you get aroused in here.
Shaming, yeah.
She's getting aroused. You know, can we drop her from the box? You know, we're gonna have to have wet floor signs in a minute.
Vile.
She's loving it.
I don't need to tug off on an autism live like you.
Go and prove it then.
I did prove it.
But you never though.
I did.
You never proved nothing. It's hilarious.
I put all the messages out there. I even read out the messages. Canadian Angie even turned around and gone, well, yeah, that did happen, but it was consensual. Yeah, it was consensual, but it still happened.
What? Having a conversation with two adults? Yeah, that happened. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Whilst you're
someone said in the chat it's being proven.
Why so, holding an autism live?
You're talking to fucking comment cafe. It's hilarious.
Mothers were in the box talking about their child autism And you were having a tug with your fucking bird.
Oh my God. You're not listening to yourself. Where did you get from the tug?
Because you were talking about it.
Show the messages. Show the messages
I
now.
have fucking showed the messages on Canadian.
Show it now. Show it now in front of 600 people. Go on.
I really haven't got them to hand. I don't really.
No. Go on, show them. You said you have them, but
Alex,
you,
Here we are, Alex. Apparently, there's messages of you admitting it.
Huh? What are you on about? Delaney, go and get them, mate. I know you've got other messages. Go and out them. Go on your live and out them, Delaney. Go live.
Delaney, I'll send them all to you. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Apparently she ain't got them, but you see that? See, let's see the live.
I will send them all to Delaney.
He for T said they've got them. They're going to get them.
Go on then.
I'll be quiet now, like.
I'm not going. I've got nothing to hide. What do you mean? I ain't got nothing to hide.
Oh, you got everything to fucking hide.
I got nothing to hide.
Yeah. How many more women, Alex?
None. I'm chilling.
Loads. Oh, you can't even. He's fucking hilarious.
I'm waiting.
What are you waiting for?
I'm waiting for the proof. So me having a conversation with someone that is sending me actual stuff and saying they're getting me in the mood. That means I'm tugging.
Oh, there was a lot more than that. You know it.
But did you see anything on them messages that said I'm doing this, I'm doing that? No, you never. Stop lying.
Yep.
No, you never. Swearing your kids' love.
Alex.
No swearing on kids' lives.
No, you keep saying that when you don't even see your own kid. Stop doing it.
Oh, look at this again. That's a lie as well.
You don't see your own kid, but you swear on its life. Like, stop doing that shit.
Huh?
Swear on my child's life, not when she's ill. I could never do that. You want to keep doing it to a child, you don't fucking see.
No, I don't think anyone should ever swear on a child's life.
Weird. But anyway, like I said, it's funny that these messages were outed on Canadian Angie, and Canadian Angie would have run with it. You know, she hates me.
She had it that night. The only argument she had it was that it was consensual.
So, okay, can I just ask you the question, Alex?
Yeah, of course.
If you didn't do that to yourself while that was going on, you were still having sexual conversations with someone while you were holding an autism live?
Well, I'm not on the live. Like I said, I was pausing off the app.
Hold it. Oh my good God.
But no, do you know what it is, right, Amanda? This is how it was spun on the app, and this is the sick shit about it, right? She was making out they was going. Not because they never mentioned conversations. They was talking about me apparently tugging online while people are talking about kids, which is bullshit. They tried to make it sound really sick and sinister.
Well, what you were saying was pretty sick.
Yeah, but don't you think it's a little bit weird, even if you weren't tugging, to be having a sexual conversation while you're talking about?
Well, no, because I'm not talking about it. I don't know anything about it. No, listen. I open my boxes for families to thingy. I'm not even on the live at the time.
But you weren't holding the live.
You were hosting the live.
Oh, but does it matter if I'm hosting or not?
Thanks for proving it, by the way. Thank you for that.
What do you mean?
You literally having sexual fucking...
Are you not listening to what I'm saying to you?
Vile.
Are you all deranged?
You're vile.
No, I'm just asking you.
I'm off the app right at the time. Remember, I'm totally off. I'm not on the live at all. Remember, it was paused. I'm totally off. I'm not involving. I'm not listening to people. Listen, I'm not listening to the adults. I've opened my platform for them to talk about it, right? So I'm not on the app. I'm not on there.
But you were the host, Alex.
Okay, then, right. So if I load up my computer now, yeah, right, and host a live and said I'm going away from my computer, but I'm going to pause it and I'm going to go and chat on my phone or do whatever I want to do. So you're saying that's bad?
Did you say that to them?
I paused and I was off the live.
No, did you say to those people, listen, I'm going to pause and I'm going to leave yous because I've got things to do?
Well, I'm pretty sure they knew that when someone said their live's going to be shut down because it's been paused for the last 6 minutes.
Yeah, but I'm sure they didn't think for a minute that you were having sexy talk with some married woman.
But it's irrelevant, and it wasn't like the big long conversation. You're making out like it's weird. It's not weird.
Well, Felicity's just said that she got sent 40 odd screen recordings of the conversation.
Okay, right. Let me tell you now, right. You're calling me out. So okay, if I'm hosting this live, right? Why aren't you calling out the woman that's instigating the chat with me while I'm live?
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
every
this is
bit
the
as bad.
thing. Yeah, but this is the thing. But you never called. You called me out. You didn't
No,
mention no one else.
she's every bit as bad because it was a two-way thing. But was she in the live as well?
I don't know.
Because if she was in the live and knew what the conversation was, that makes it even worse than what I thought she was. But you as the host, hosting a live for people to sit and talk about their autistic children, I don't think it's appropriate to
Well,
go on pause.
I'm not joining in on the thing is right with the conversation that's going on in the live, right? I'm not really involved in that because that's them families talking about their stuff, right? I'm not on the app. You can't mock me or whoever I talk to and have conversations with off the app. Consensual adults. My problem is the lies that was around it saying I was touching myself. That's what I was annoyed with. That's the lies.
So who was it who said that you were doing that?
I don't know. Ask Felicity.
Because this has been going round for I don't know how long, because I remember hearing it ages and ages ago. So I don't know who started that whole thing that you were, but if that conversation was only between two people, then it can only have been the other person who said that you were doing that.
We'll have to take it up with Felicity because that's how it all kind of like went from there. Whoever told Felicity.
I know it was between two adults. I'm talking to the chat. I know it was between two adults, and I don't give a shit if two adults are having those type of conversations. That's none of my business.
But this is what I tried to say, Amanda, and this is what people don't understand. Like me or hate me, you've got to agree with me on this, right? The lie got spun and saying there was a voice note that I apparently deleted, but didn't delete none of the other chat. But there was something deleted, which was from her. It wasn't for me, was it? I don't think it was from me. I don't know. I can't remember. But anyway, something was deleted, and apparently it was a voice note of me doing whatever on there, which is a load of lies, right?
So where did that voice note come from that's flying all around the app?
Oh, that was from someone else. But the only reason I accused Nick Nack of it, right, is because of obviously she was promoting that that account on the live around the app in Canadian Andrews Live, telling everyone to go and look at that account. So obviously I'm putting two and two together and thinking it's her, like you would, like everyone else would.
So you think it was Nick Nack that started telling everyone that you were having a talk while the autism live was going on?
Well, it must have initially come from her. I don't know. Like you'd have to ask Felicity where it come from. I don't know.
Really, if the conversation was only between you and her, it can't have come from anyone else then, can it?
So anyway, right, I don't know. You'd have to ask Felicity. Like I said, I don't know if that was the case. I don't know where initially or it was made up. I don't know. I don't know if someone's seen the messages and tried to make it worse than it was. I don't know. You'd have to ask Felicity. Ask her now. I don't know.
Did you share them messages with anyone?
Me? Nah.
So it's just her who shared the messages?
Yeah, of course.
So if that's the case, then what's made someone, whether it's her or someone else that she showed the messages to, what's made them think that you've been doing that then?
You know why? It's because at that time, everyone was trying to come for me, if you remember, and they was looking for anything to try and make up against me. If you remember that time, don't you? Everyone was trying to come for me and say, oh, the worst of the worst, make up all this and that. And then it was Jasmine come out and said I was trying to dox a refuge. And now she's not speaking about it, saying she doesn't want to mention it no more. Do you know the reason why? It's because she's backed up in a corner and now everyone knows she's a liar. And this is the problem.
I've got to be honest, right? I've been blessed that neither of my kids have autism, neither of my grandkids have autism, and I have been blessed. But if I was one of those mothers or one of those grandparents and I was in a box that night talking about my experience as a mother or grandmother of a child with autism, and then I found out that you were having that type of conversation with someone as the host of the live, I'd feel fucking sick.
Really?
Yeah.
No, you're trying to spin something now, Amanda.
I'm not, I'm just saying how I'd feel.
No, but why? But why? I'm not at the app. I'm not on the app. I'm not listening to what's going on. I'm not listening to children. I'm not listening to what they're talking about. I'm off the app doing my own thing, and this is what you're trying to twist. It's
I'm not
mad.
twisting nothing, Alex. I'm not twisting anything. I'm just saying that is how I'd feel. Because let's have it right. To be a parent or a grandparent of a child with autism, for a start, it must be fucking heartbreaking. And for another thing, it must be fucking hard. So to get in a box and speak about your experiences with your child or your grandchild, and then to find out that the host has been having that type of conversation while you're pouring your fucking heart out about something that's really, affects you.
Let me just say this, right? Everyone was coming to me and saying, will you open your platform to allow people to talk about it on the app? So I opened my platform. There you go.
Okay, so for one night only, could you have not have withheld from having that type of
But I didn't instigate it all. I didn't instigate nothing. But yeah, okay, I could have said no, obviously.
Yeah, which I would have done. If I was a hosting a live for people to speak about their lives of parents and grandchildren, grandparents with autistic children, and someone messaged me an inappropriate, a message that was inappropriate for that time, I would have said, not right now. I'm hosting a live. That's, it's an important live. Not right now. I'll speak to you in a bit.
This is going to go round in a massive circle.
Yeah, but that's all you'd have had to. That's all you'd have.
But that's you. You don't have to tell me who I reply to and who I don't reply to at any given time. This is the difference, that you're talking about yourself. Not everyone's the same. My issue was the lies about the tugging. Because that's the damaging thing, not having two adults having a conversation. Because remember the lies that got spun around the app by Felicity and multiple other people that was going around the app saying Alex was tugging while people are talking about children. That's what was said, and that's lies. That's the damaging thing, not that having two adults having a conversation.
But that is inappropriate within itself, Alex. This is what you don't.
No, but you're not listening. What are you not? So, okay, right. You can say what I did was wrong, yeah? But don't you think people making up that lie is sick in the head as well?
Yeah, if that isn't what happens, then.
Well, yeah, you're in the box. You're in the box with someone now that done it.
No, she never made the lie up, Alex.
Oh yeah, but no. But even if she was told this and she never had evidence of it, why is she running around the app saying it everywhere?
Hold on. Someone's just said your husband could be texting you now, host. He'd have a fucking job. Me husband's been dead for 2 years, love. Go on. Go on, Alex.
So you're saying it went on for an hour. No slides. No man lasts an hour. But you know what it is? This is the thing. That was the damaging thing. You know what I mean? The lies that was getting spread around the app. That's the damaging thing. Not had two adults having a conversation. Because, like I said, this was out, and everyone said two consenting adults. The lies that was said on his name is not true. So what's the problem?
Because it was inappropriate.
Oh my God. Okay.
Hold on. How much self-restraint have you not got to be able to turn around and say, not right now for this type of conversation, Nick, because I'm hosting a live where parents and grandparents are opening up about their experiences of bringing up a child with autism.
Right. Listen now, we're not going to go around again. Look, I don't have to tell how many times. I've just literally got to keep repeating myself over and over again because it's boring, right? Right, you can have your opinion. It might
be boring to you, but think about how those parents and grandparents have felt ever since they found this out.
But you're going around. But yeah, but this was all been outed. This is not new. This was outed the other week in Canadian Angie's Live. This isn't new, Manda.
No, I know it's not new. It's been getting spoken about for months.
But I know, but you keep making out like, oh my God, this is people are fine. This was all out the other day. This is no shock to anyone, and you're making out again. But at the end of the day, don't.
I'm not, Alex.
This is the problem, Manda. Right? You're trying to make it out you're prim and proper.
No, I'm not making out I'm prim and proper, but I like to think that I've got morals.
Morals? You said big up my racist son. Don't even talk about morals.
Hold on. If my son's getting called a racist left, right and centre, then I'm going to defend him, Alex. He's my son.
By saying big up my racist son?
Because loads of people in the chat were going for my son. He's my son.
Regardless.
Hold on, Alex. Let's not go there with this, because I could say something about you right now, but I won't drop someone else in the shit. But I've seen some of your posts, Alex. So let's not go there about racist, because it's not me that's racist.
I'm racist.
Well, yeah.
Where's my post? Show my posts.
I'm not in receipt of the post. Someone else is.
You mean edited posts? Because I guarantee you now, if there was posts...
No, I don't. What about when you were in a box the other week and Gems was in the box, and didn't you make some sort of racist connotation towards her?
The Gems?
Yeah.
Then what?
What was it now? Oh God, what was you calling her?
Racist connotations to Gems?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. And I won't be able to get my hands on it right now, but I'll get my hands on it tomorrow. You did, Alex.
I said something with racist connotations to Gems.
You made, yeah, and I don't know whether it was in Canadian Angie's box.
That would have already hit the FYP.
Alex, I've seen it with my own eyes.
On the FYP?
No, I'm sure someone showed me it. You did. Alex, you did. I don't make things up. You did.
I'm trying to think. Racist connotations?
Yeah, towards Gems, you did.
I am lost.
Well, I'll get it. Yeah, Delaney's saying I'm right, he did.
Okay, Delaney, you'd see this.
Yeah, people are saying it was in Miss Red's box.
Oh, and okay, so I've said racist things about
No,
Gems.
you didn't. I don't think you said anything, but you done something. You made like a picture or something like that and put it up and pointed and done an arrow pointing towards Gems. You did, Alex. I've seen it.
Racist connotations?
Yes.
And you don't think I would have been called out on Miss Red's live?
Not on Miss Red's, of course you wouldn't have.
Are you joking?
Alex, Miss Red lets you sit there and say POOF on the daily and doesn't.
Okay, then that's okay,
all,
right?
all
okay.
she can just about make is Alex.
Okay,
when
then
you're
right.
sitting there saying POOF constantly in a box.
Can I prove that you're a liar? Yeah.
Go on.
Because if I'd done that right, Angie Cam 2's misread. Don't you think Angie would have run with it? Back to the corner now, Amanda.
Alex, I can't say whether Angie would have ran with it, but you did, and that's
You're joking. If I would have said anything to Gems with a picture or anything about Gems in Miss Red's live when Angie's Cam 2 in her, you don't think I'd be dragged all over the app?
Right, just let me let Briggy in the box, because Briggy might know something about it.
Hi.
Hiya, Briggy.
I didn't see that live, but what I was going to say is also Alex did an AI of Marcel, and it was homophobic and racist.
What was homophobic about it?
He was in a tutu, and you made him look like a starving, African boy.
Oh, are you Marcel?
No.
That was Marcel, yeah.
Right, yeah.
And let's not forget, and which everyone seems to forget, and Pearl said it today, that Marianne's vulnerable, isn't she? When you were talking about the crab paste and tears, you said it to Marianne. You addressed Marianne, and you said it to her. So,
Marianne,
Alex.
far from vulnerable.
Oh, sorry. What did Pearl say in Miss Red's live today?
But that's Pearl.
Pearl came in Miss Red's live today. Pearl came in to Miss Red's live today and said, "Shame on somebody for Angie taking the mick out of Marianne because she's vulnerable." Marianne is vulnerable, and you did
Marianne
say
is very clued up. Let me tell you now.
Well, why would you say that crab paste and tears to her then? You made her feel like if you had said that to me, I would have felt so bloody awkward. And
but no one was shocked.
No, they were shocked at what you said, and
no one was shocked. You
it was Marianne. So you are racist and you are homophobic, and you're also very disgusting.
Okay,
and you lie about
no.
What proof? You've been in this box, yeah?
Let me defend myself.
Well, here we go. Stonewall facts.
Okay, you can say what you want, Briggy. You're embarrassing, right? You're saying about the Marcel, yeah? Remember, I showed the AI of what I typed in, right, to get that image, right? Yeah? I showed it on live. There was nothing to do with African skinny person. Nothing to do with that. I put African athlete, right? Listen, right? And all the stuff. Yeah, I did put tutu and all that stuff. You can say whatever about that. But remember, Marcel had a Black Brigham account, right? He was going around with the app with Black Brigham, putting me as a big fat white marshmallow man. And remember, Marcel addressed me as Alex Brigham, the big fat white man, on live. So what's your comeback for that?
Yeah, well, I don't think people of colour should be referring to white people as whiteys and all that either. I don't agree with none of that. It just shouldn't be.
My picture was a response to him putting up the Michelin Man and changing his account to Black Brigham, and him jumping on me saying, "Oh, Alex is just a big fat white man. I'm not having a big fat white man." He referenced white about 90 times in the past 3 days. In that 3-day period, he was saying, at the end of the day, right? He was going, yeah, I'm not going to be told by a big fat white man what I'm going to do on the app and all this stuff. So now retaliated. So I'm the racist, am I?
Yeah, and homophobic, yeah. Because you only argue with women and gay men, don't you?
So Alex, if someone's Alex, if someone's being racist towards you, right? Which I do believe that people of colour can also be racist towards white people, because I experienced it, Alex, with me daughter. Me daughter was seeing a mixed race man, and his mother, who was the white parent, went on and on and on until he finished with my daughter, because she wanted her son to be with a person of colour, right? So I have experienced it firsthand myself, Alex. So I do believe that. But so just because he was racist towards you, that means that you can be racist towards him, and that makes...
So what have I said about him being... What have I done to him racist? I'm waiting.
You're talking to me? That AI, that's a lie. You didn't put in skinny athlete or just athlete, because that picture, he was malnutritious. Like, what's the word for it?
I put African athlete, marathon runner.
It was a starving man.
Oh my God. I showed it on live of what I typed into the AI, and the AI
We
image
saw it. It was shocking. And whether somebody called you, like, Black Brigham, it's hardly, like, what you did to Marcel was totally not very nice at all.
Oh my God, you're embarrassing.
Awful. It was absolutely disgusting.
Well, okay, do you know what, right? Do you know what the funniest thing about that? His friends eventually disagreed with what he was doing to me that I don't speak to, and went against him. Amazing that, isn't it? But you're standing up for something that now his friends at the time went against him because what he was doing to me. Madness. Madness that is, Briggy.
Yeah.
Because you know what? You just fell into a pool of lies again.
I have a pool's lies.
Okay, right. If he has an issue with me, he can go to me. If he wants to body shame me or do whatever he wants, he could go, Alex, the fat man. or Alex this, but he kept addressing me as I ain't going to be told by a fat white man repeatedly online, reference me to being white.
Yeah, well, he didn't have to throw the white in.
He kept doing it for 3 days, putting my Michelin Man on the picture, editing me massively fat and stuff like this.
Yeah, well, you know, calling
So okay, right. So him putting me fat, me putting him skinny because he's thin. That's me being racist, really.
Yeah. But you should have seen the picture. If you haven't seen the picture, it's horrible.
But that's the
picture. I saw the picture. I remember it.
But that's the thing.
It was really bad. It was shocking.
Yeah, but you can't say, right, that I'm racist. That'd be up to the black community to see if they was offended. It's not up to you.
I'm sure a lot of the black community were offended by that. If it cast
at the time, and then I explained it, and then I showed what I typed into the AI, and then it was put to bed.
And it never pulled at that picture at all, because loads of people did like examples of it, and it never came up with that picture at all.
No, Briggy, should I tell you how you're lying?
How am I lying?
Because if you click the image, it tells you what the text was.
Okay then.
So there you go. This is what I mean, Amanda. People come up and lie. I'm not being funny.
Why?
Anyone that does anyone that does AI now, right? Let me tell you now, Levo's in the chat. Everyone's in the chat now. Anyone that does AI, go onto Bing, go onto I use Bing. If you type on the picture that you did, it shows you the text, what you said. And I screenshotted it and I showed it online. There you go.
Does anyone in this chat recall seeing the thing that Alex done with Gems? Does anyone in the chat recall seeing that?
Levi does, to be fair. Shock.
There's someone who said, yeah, they do recall what you done with Gems.
Oh, can you change it, can you, Sophie? Oh, that's helpful then.
I don't understand all that type of thing. I'm too old to be.
The thing is, though, when the pictures came out, we did like loads of different searches, and to bring up the pictures that he'd done, and what he was saying didn't match whatsoever.
So you're telling me, right? So you typed in the same thing and the same image don't come on up. Are you mentally okay?
I'm perfectly fine, thanks, Alex. Are you okay?
Anyone in this chat that does AI, you can't get the same image twice.
You're an absolute narc.
No, I'm not a narc, Ricky. You're coming up here with lies.
You're a narc.
You can't type the same thing and get the same image twice.
Jokes, degrading people, and who do you think you are?
Right, Briggy. You can't type in what I've typed in and get the same image. Are you okay?
Are you okay? Do it then. Go on.
Guys,
why not do it on live and show us?
Sophie's not my fan. Type in the same thing twice and get the same image up. What?
I'm telling you to do it. You're
I'm doing it. I want you to prove me wrong. You're calling me a liar. Prove me wrong.
I'm telling you to explain it like you do it. You're the one that's being called it.
Sophie said you can't get the exact same thing twice. I'm lost with this because I don't understand.
Sophie doesn't like me, but she'll tell you the truth.
Yeah, Sophie does speak the truth whether she likes it or not. But a screenshot proves nothing.
Well, here for the tea. Apparently you speak the truth, but you just agreed and said that you can get the same image twice.
You'd get a similar image twice.
No, it depends. It can be totally different. Totally different.
Alex, the guy looked emaciated. Like, I'm sorry, but
and I'm not being funny. A marathon runner.
If you showed that any other why was it then? Every other person saw it as an emaciated black African man.
Yeah, I understand that. But what I'm saying to you,
Sophie said, as you could edit the words, then screenshot without regenerating. If you understand.
Yeah, to be fair, do you know what I should have done back then, actually, and what I didn't realise, right? I did take the screenshot and I showed everyone, right? And she is right, you can edit the words. I ain't even going to bullshit you. But do you know what I should have done back in the day? And I've just realised I should have done a video recording, like a screen recording, where I've clicked on the image and then it comes straight up. That's what I should have done back in the day. But I was putting up images then, I weren't actually showing videos, so it's one of them. But like I'm saying to you now, when I'm saying to you, African marathon runner, right? I'm not being funny. How many?
Hold on, you said athletic, not marathon runner. So what was it? Athlete, marathon runner?
Same thing.
Why are you changing what you're
A,
saying?
a marathon runner is an athlete. Same thing, different jacket, whatever.
No, it's not.
Hello, I just want to say he's right in what he says. You can't generate the exact same thing twice, but any generation would be of similar kind of thing. Because obviously I made all the AI videos and stuff, so I know that it would give you similar. If you put in the same thing, it wouldn't give you like a complete different person's physique. I wasn't around when this happened, I don't know, but you could also go on it and go on what you click your thing, it'll come up with what you typed in to generate it, but you could edit that without pressing regenerate it again and screenshot that, so you'll never know because it wasn't a recording, so you'll never know what the actual words were.
Yeah, and that's the situation. Like I said, I should have done that, but obviously back then I was only uploading pictures just to prove a point, because remember, I was having a back and forth, and remember, mine was in retaliation to him. I never instigated nothing.
No, I get that, but at the same time, like putting in like athlete or anything like that wouldn't, I'll be honest, Alex, it wouldn't generate a malnourished African person. I'll be honest, like it wouldn't generate that. It would generate someone of maybe an athletic physique, but I don't think it would generate a malnourished African.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I put African marathon runner, and that's why it had tribal stuff around his neck. It had like the something or other, and then one of them had a sweatband around the head. So this is what I mean. This is what people are trying to twist. Remember the one image. If I never put that in, why has he got a sweatband around his head?
I think what they're referring to, Alex, is the fact that he looked malnourished. You could see his rib cage and everything.
Yeah, but what you're not listening to, if he's calling me fat, right, and he's skinny, and I'm calling him skinny, and I'm showing pictures of him skinny, what is the problem? Would you
I get that, but there's skinny and then there's a malnourished African, Alex. Like, I think sometimes there comes a time you just have to hold your hands up and say, look, I was wrong. I think like this is probably a good time to do that and just say, look, I was wrong. You can't prove anything to us now. No one can prove you otherwise. But I think the best thing for you to do is just say, look, I was wrong. It was probably a bit distasteful. That's the best probably route to go down right now, Alex.
Yeah, but in the end, right, let me tell you now, in the end of it all, they all turned on him because of what he was doing to me. And they said, regardless if I like him or not, the way he done the lives and the stuff he was saying to me was wrong.
No, I get that. No one should have done it to each other. No one should have done it to each other 100%. But that's just deep.
Sophie, have you seen the thing? Because I know I saw it where Gems was in a box and Alex was in a box, and he changed his picture and done a finger pointing up at Gems.
I haven't seen it, but I'm not on in the morning when Miss Red's on, so I haven't seen anything like that, and I haven't seen any clips of anything. I'm sure, like, if you searched, you could look and it'd be on the FYP, wouldn't it? Because people who don't like Alex would have clipped it, but I haven't actually seen anything like that.
Oh, we are. Fliss is saying Ricochet played it.
Oh, well, best thing to do would be to ask Ricochet, though, but to be honest, like, Miss Red wouldn't call it out, but everyone else would have done if they saw it. So I don't know. I never saw anything like that.
And don't you think Canadian Angie would have run with it as well?
Well, that's what I think they're saying they did.
If Ricochet played it, then they obviously were calling it out.
But Canadian Angie doesn't call me a racist, and she would have called me a racist if that was the case.
Well, Ricochet might have called you a racist because...
But that would have given Canadian Angie extra ammunition to go with it, wouldn't she?
Well, how long ago was this supposedly happening?
I don't even know.
Was it a week ago, a month ago, 3 months ago?
Oh, no, it wasn't a week ago. It was possibly a month ago. But if Canadian Angie was speaking to you at that time, she wouldn't have called you out on it, Alex. She would now, because she ate you.
But at the end of the day, she speaks to Ricochet, so would Ricochet have called me out on it?
Yeah, because Ricochet calls people out on things even if Canadian Angie doesn't. I've heard him.
Yeah, he started giving his opinions now.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But when was this then? I don't even know what you're on about. Like,
they're saying it was like a month ago, but I haven't seen anything, so I wouldn't know.
Someone said about 4 to 6 weeks ago. But you did. But I have seen other things, Alex, off the app.
But what have you seen? I've just given you permission to say whatever. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, you might have given me permission, but the person who showed me hasn't.
Is it legitimate though? This is the thing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
I don't believe it. The thing is, like you said, me doing people going, I did an Asian accent, that's racist. How is me doing an Asian accent racist?
Yeah,
To be fair, I got called racist by all your supporters because I said my eyes look Chinese without my lashes on, and they were all calling me racist. And I was like, what the hell?
It's selective though, isn't it, Sophie?
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're in with the in crowd, you get away with anything. But if you're not, Alex is getting messages left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I said someone who was like talking the most shit about me who had cancer. I said, like, that's not your get out of jail free card to be a shitty person and take it out on me. And then they all said they all tried calling out Cockapoo for it, and I thought, hang on a minute, they're all defending Cockapoo, saying that's not mocking it, but I was mocking it when I said the exact same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Illness, any kind of illness doesn't give you a get out of jail card.
Yeah. I think we all make mistakes at some point, and like you can't crucify everyone for it for the rest of your life. But at the same time, like you learn from it, don't you? And to be honest, I haven't seen Alex do this like thing.
Do you know what they've called me racist for? It's hilarious.
What?
Because apparently I put up a black man and I said it was gems. Apparently that's racist. Apparently.
No, Alex, that's not why I said
that's
it.
what's been said. That's what apparently people are saying in chats now, saying, "Oh, it's something to do with Alex put up a picture of a black man and said it was gems." Apparently, that's the reason why I'm being called racist.
That's not why I said it.
It's racist connotations. Oh my god!
You want me to just message? Do you want me to text Canadian Angie now and just ask her?
Message her.
Yeah, but Alex, that's not why I said it. I've been shown something off the app by someone, and yeah, it was racist.
I'm just finding out. We'll wait for Sophie to come back in it.
Yeah, but before you start talking about other people, you got to make sure that your own hands are clean.
Richard Pryor. Yeah, that was it. I called her Richard Pryor. You're right, yeah.
Do you not think your behaviour is questionable, Alex?
I'm going to bed now, guys, but I'll let you know if she says anything.
Thanks for jumping
Bye,
up, Sophie.
No worries, bye.
Sophie, when are you coming back on for your FYP? I've missed it.
I know, kids are back at school tomorrow, so I've been trying to do stuff with them the last couple of days, so I might be back towards the back end of this week.
Okay, babe.
Need to get in routine. Bye, guys.
Okay, I'll see you later, Sophie.
I hope you resolve this.
I'm going to go down now, but thank you for having me up. I just wanted to say that because it was...
Okay,
just thought-
Ricky, thanks for jumping up.
No problem. Thank you, bye.
See you later. So, do you know how to... Oh, yeah. So, is there anything else to be said then, Alex, about anything?
To be honest with you, I don't know about this gems thing. I'm honestly, if you can find a day, I'll get misread to download the live.
I have seen something off the app as well, though. To be fair, I have.
Show me then.
I can't show yet. It's not in my possession.
So what they showed you and deleted it?
No, it hasn't been deleted.
So you still have it then?
No, they showed me it in a Discord.
But that means everyone would have it.
No, we haven't all got it. It was shown on a screen. It was screen shared.
What, and no one screenshot it?
No.
I find that hard to believe. Because they were screenshotting people's children in there, so... Or whatever they was doing in there.
No people's children were screenshot in there, Alex. The only children put in that Discord was our own. And considering that Discord was all screenshot, we're concerned because
Delaney, no one's panicking here.
because
I'm fine.
we'd put our children and grandchildren in that Discord. No one else's children were in there. Believe me, do you think if anyone else's children were put in that Discord, that proof wouldn't have been shown?
Right, what I'm going to say is, right, so you're telling me that people dislike me in that Discord. Someone screenshotted me being a apparent racist, and literally, right, no one took a screenshot of it. Are you?
It wasn't a still. It wasn't a picture.
Huh? There's a video. Hello?
I'm not going to talk about it until I've spoke to the person.
I'm lost.
No one's making anything up, Les. Yeah, Hannah, I'll stop speaking about other people's kids when they stop speaking about mine and sending pictures of mine to a nonce, okay, love? There's a difference between mentioning other people's kids and people sending your pictures of your kids to a nonce, okay, love? Don't even go there with me. I've had pictures of my grandkids sent to a nonce.
That's got nothing to do, mate.
No, I'm talking to that Les in the chat.
That's homophobia.
I'm not homophobic, Alex.
No, mate. I love everyone.
Well, stop using the P slur then.
You just called her a leser?
No, I said Les because her name's Les.
Oh. I thought he was on about fucking. Honestly, I thought he was fucking on about fucking.
No, I don't speak to people like that and call them names like that.
I thought he was mocking her because I thought she was gay or something.
No, that's your bag, Alex, not mine.
Oh my god, you're mocking me again. God's sake.
I don't use slurs. I've got loads of family who are in the gay community, and I've got loads.
Do you know what is me, with me, Amanda? I love everyone. I don't go out to harm anyone or cause offence to anyone. And if someone reached out to me and said, you know what, Alex, I do like you, but I found that offensive, I'd apologise to him. You know that. I don't do anything. But when I'm talking to people in the gay community. We're having banter back and forth.
Not necessarily when you just jump up in Miss Red's box on the daily and say, I'm going to say a slur, POOF. I'll tell you what, if you're going to say a slur, why don't you use the N word or the P word towards the people of colour? You wouldn't do that, Alex, would you?
Extreme, that is, isn't it?
Don't you think it's extreme to say POOF?
Do you want me to tell the difference, yeah? Do you want to tell the difference? You know when I was a kid, right, and I got brought up, yeah? I know that people change now. We know it ain't acceptable and all this stuff, yeah? But if I was in a school playground and I fell over, people would say, get up, get up, and I'd say that word, and that was normal.
Yeah, but we're not in the school playground
No, but listen,
Alex,
but never once. But listen, you're making no sense now, because never once in my life has anyone used that word and thought it was acceptable. Never once. But back in my day, that was acceptable.
But we're not back in your day.
Well, I know, but this is what I'm saying to you. But that word was never acceptable. What you're trying to say, that I don't think you can compare the two, in my personal opinion.
Well, I do. What difference is a slur against one community to another?
But you don't. This is a madness. You're just trying to. I'm not being funny now. You're talking about slur, saying I wouldn't slur when you went. I'm not being funny, Amanda. We're not going to do this back and forth. But you literally went live and said, "Big up my racist son."
Because everyone was calling my son a racist. He made one comment once, and he's still getting dragged left, right, and centre all over the app for it. And he's not even on the app. Someone went out of the way to look on his Twitter and see one post that he commented on.
One minute, I'm just reading a message.
I think you'll find Pale done it more than once, though.
You see the difference here, though, Amanda? Do you know what you've just done?
I answered someone in the chat.
Yeah, that's what I did earlier. And you come and I got told off for it. You see the difference is it's got nothing to do with Pole. Like earlier, you said it.
Someone's just mentioned Pale in the chat, not me.
And someone mentioned Angie in the chat earlier.
Hold on. Candyman, you can say you're gay and you're not offended. Well, there might be one person of colour that gets called the N-word that's not offended, but that doesn't mean to say that everyone's not. You don't speak for the whole of the gay community, respectfully, Candyman. It's got nothing to do with being a snowflake. It's got to do with the fact that you should not be calling people POOF in 2025 and not expect people to get offended by it.
Mate. Crazy.
No, Alex, I've got a nephew who's more like a little brother to me. I'm 7 years older than him. We were brought up together. And if someone called him that to his face and he didn't do them in, because he probably would, because he's not, you know, unless I told you he was gay, you wouldn't know he was gay, right? But I'd be offended because they're saying that to him, and I love him.
I'm a little bit confused, right? At no point did I say I was the voice or a spokesperson for the whole GAY community. But one thing I did say was, if you scroll back on your chat, was the person that alleged slur was said to, did they take it offensively? No, they didn't. It's like I've been sat in a box with Alex before today, and I've been sat in there with mutual friends and things like that. Alex has called me a fruit. Did it offend me? No, because I was having banter with him, going on about a mushroom and things like that. At the end of the day, it's banter.
Right,
yeah,
that might be
people
banter
may take it the wrong way.
If there's anybody else in the chat who's gay and would like to come up and say if they're offended by people using those words, will you please get up and speak? If there's someone who, Lana finds it offensive.
Lana finds it offensive is because I've said it.
No, it's not. It's not because you've said it. It's not because someone else on a post said a slur against the gay community and Lana was offended by it.
It's a bit like the Q word, right? That everyone's up in arms of saying and everything else. Now, I'm not going to say it because it will cause political uproar on the app and things like that. And then Cam will be homophobic and everything else when he's GAY himself. But at the end of the day, this is what I don't understand. When people are throwing round things like that.
Can someone tell me use your question in the box, please? Because there's loads of people in the box. And I just want someone to come up and say why they find it offensive. Go on, Cam.
But this is what I don't understand. People are throwing around the Q word. Now, we all know what that Q word is, right? I'm not going to say it because I'm just being politically correct. And people are forgetting LGBTQ. That's what it stands for, that Q.
Yeah.
So can we say the L word, the G word, the T word, but we can't say the Q word because people find it offensive.
Apparently it's changed, apparently now I've heard.
Well, from what I can gather, these days it's used, but back in the day, no, you couldn't say that word because it was really, really homophobic.
I just don't get this. Like, Alex is homophobic. Now, I don't see eye to eye with Alex all the time. Me and Alex beef each other periodically and everything else. But at the end of the day, there's one thing I will turn around and say, right? Alex ain't homophobic.
The thing is, for me,
Well, I've just put a question to him. He's constantly using POOF. Why doesn't he say when he says, I'm gonna slay, why doesn't he say the N-word or the P-word towards the people of colour? Or why doesn't he say...
It's because that's the word that I'm known for. Me and Corey's call each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that's nothing to brag about, Alex, being known for calling people a POOF.
I'm doing it to people I get on with and friends.
No, you just throw it out there in general.
Yeah, I know sometimes I do, but what I'm saying to you is when I'm having banter with people, I don't do anything aggressive and try to cause offence, do I? Come on now.
Hold on a second. Someone's just said, why should he? He has respect. Well, if he's got respect, then he should respect all communities and stop saying that word.
I do respect all communities.
I'm just really confused with the fact of this. Alex is homophobic. He's never been homophobic to me.
Well, okay. If it was me and I was coming on live and saying that word all the time, I'm sure people would be calling me homophobic.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
Well, Alex,
and I'm a GAY
Alex,
person.
if you weren't saying it, you would.
To be honest with you, I wouldn't care.
Alex, I said to Luke the judge, I said to Luke the judge, why don't you just come out the closet and live your best life, be yourself and live your best life? And you fucking talked about me on your platform for that.
Me?
Yeah.
Wasn't me, Manda.
You did. You turned round to me and said it mightn't have been on your platform.
Oh no! All I said is all I said is, Manda, don't lie now. All I said is I don't think anyone should be questioning his sexuality. That's all I said.
Why for saying? Why don't you just come out and live your best life and be happy?
Because it doesn't matter to anyone, does it? Why is the topic of his sexuality, his conversation, just shouldn't be there?
Because there's a lot of people who won't come out for whatever reason, Alex.
So why mention it to him?
And they're not being 100% happy in their life.
Yeah, but why question it? If you know yourself, Manda, that some people don't come out, why question it? There might be a reason why Luke won't want to come out or whatever.
Well, apparently he has now, hasn't he?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Well, yeah, apparently he has now.
But that's what I mean. But that's the thing.
But if you're pulling me up for saying that, but yet you sit in boxes on the daily saying POOF.
I'm not pulling you up. I'm not pulling you up.
You did though.
Yeah, but no. For me saying I don't think his sexuality should be the topic of conversation. How is that pulling you up?
It wasn't topic of conversation. It was just a comment I made to him.
Well, that's what I mean. But it's still a topic of conversation. It's going to egg a conversation on.
It didn't egg a conversation on.
Because then people...
I was in the comments at that. Oh, I got kicked out the box when I said it because I was in Alicia's. Surprise, surprise.
But after then, people was talking about it.
Alex, do you think I was the first person to talk about that?
No, but I'm just saying now, from what you said in that box, it egged the conversation on.
No, it didn't.
So no one mentioned it. So you said that comment, no one mentioned it since.
Alex, I wasn't the first person to say a comment like
you're
that.
You're not answering my question here, Amanda.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
No.
But that's not off the back of what I said, so don't try and twist that onto me, Alex.
Well, irrespective of what anyone's been discussing and what people have passed comment or judgment on, What has Luke's
I'm not
sexuality
judging.
got to
I'm
do
not
with
judging him.
anybody?
I'm not judging him because I wouldn't.
It
I would
hasn't.
never judge anyone for the sexual preferences.
You know, if
I
Luke
think
wants
everyone should
to,
be able to be free to love whoever they want to love.
if Luke wants to go to bed and take a wheelie bin with him, and say he's attracted to a wheelie bin, what is it to do with anybody else?
Well,
They
that'd
like
make
his
him. That'd
sexuality.
make
Do
him.
you know what I
That'd
believe,
make him
Amanda?
very weird.
Do you know what I believe? You know all these offensive words at this current time in 2025? I hope one day that everyone says them, so them words come, no one gives a shit about them anymore. So you know what? Everyone then can live in peace and be happy. That there's no words that are going to offend anyone. That's what I want. For me, that's the perfect world. That
So
no
you
word.
want? So you want to be able to go around and call
No,
people?
you're not listening. You're not listening. See, this is what I mean. You're twisting it. I want people to own their own words again, take back the power, so no one really gets offended by anything. I don't want no one to be offended by anything.
Oh, so just because you happen to be gay, you should say,
Oh my!
"Well, I'm going to
Are
take
you
back
not listening?
the power." And
Are you not listening to what I'm saying? I'm saying I don't want no one to be offended by anything anymore. So I want a world where there's no one offended by anything, no one cares, so everyone can live in harmony and peace and be one.
Alex, you got offended by being called a fat white man?
No, I just clap back. Big
No,
difference.
you got offended.
No, I clap back. Big difference. I didn't get offended. I don't care to get being called white or whatever. I don't give a shit.
Well, if you weren't offended, then why?
Why clap back?
Why clap back?
Because that's me. Why would I not clap back?
Well,
I just don't get where this is gonna try and like pan out to, because at the end of the day, right, Alex will sit and have banter with his friends, one being Corey. Again, Corey is a GAY man. Alex has called it Corey countless times. Has Corey ever been offended? No, he hasn't.
but that's not to
I
say.
don't get.
That's not
I
to
don't
say.
get why the person it was directed at, if that person wasn't offended, why is anybody else?
It wasn't
'Cause
directed. It
at
was not directed at Corey. He gets up in Miss Red's box on the daily and says, "I'm gonna slay, and then comes out with POOF. He does it on the daily. So if he feels the need to slay, then go the whole hog, Alex, and come out with the N word or the P word. Then you wouldn't. Because you know that people will come down on you like a ton of bricks. But it's not okay to come out with the POOF word either. Because you are offending a lot of people in the gay community by saying that.
But why? Okay, then, right. So why don't people reach out to me and say they're offended, and I can give them an apology?
There'd probably be too many.
But if I don't know that I'm
Well,
okay,
yeah, someone's just said in the comments he's not a racist, so why would he? So are you saying he's homophobic then, Kate?
Kate.
He's saying he's homophobic then, Kate, because he won't say the N-word and the P-word against people of colour because he's not racist, but he regularly says the POOF word. So you're trying to say then that he's homophobic then, Kate? Because no, I don't speak to EQ, Jojo. I don't speak to EQ. So that's why I'm not talking to her.
I just don't get where this is gonna try and end up. I don't get like why.
I just want a peaceful life for everyone. I don't.
Homophobic. Yeah, I've had many a beef with Alex. It's been very widely publicised, but he's never, ever, ever once threw my sexuality at me. He's never been homophobic with me. Don't you think that would have been the first point of call to try and offend me or try and attack me?
Well, no, let's have it right, Cam.
He's never done that.
When he's throwing that word around on the daily, then saying it to, you know, it's watering it down, isn't it?
I'm starting to sound upset now. My throat's just starting. Big difference. Donut. I think all them words should be watered down so no one gets offended by them. That's what I'd love.
I think all those words should be stopped.
I just don't want anyone to be offended. I want everyone to have a life of just peace. That's what I want.
Well, try stop offending people then, and people might be more peaceful.
Anyway, I'm going to go to bed. I can't work out where this is supposedly going to
No, I'm
end up.
not gay, Hannah, I'm not gay. But I've got a lot of family who are, and I've got a lot of close friends who are too.
Yeah, but the thing is, Maddie, it doesn't matter. You can't speak for them. It's like me saying I'm going to speak for the black community because I've got black relatives. It doesn't work like that.
No, listen, Alex, when you've got a very, very close member of your
Doesn't
family,
matter. It doesn't matter.
hold on, Alex. When I've watched my own brother growing up and getting called words like that, yes, I can be offended by someone using them.
You can't be offended. You can be disgusted. You can't be offended.
I can be offended because they're hating him.
No, but offence can only be caused if you're a part of the community, of course.
Well, how come so many people speak up about racism then, Alex, when they're white?
Because they're disgusted. They're an ally. There's a massive difference, right?
Well, I'm an ally. I'm an
Right.
ally to the gay community, and
No,
I'm
but-
disgusted.
No, but listening, right? If someone said the N-word to a black person, right? A white person couldn't go live and go, you know what? That's really offended me. No, you'd be disgusted and outraged. But offence would be because it was a direct attack to the community.
So I'm not allowed to be offended on behalf of my brother.
But this is what I mean. You're speaking on behalf of other people.
Scouts, can I give you an example of why I think this is so ridiculous? Right. And how this is based upon one P word, okay? Hear me out as I'm saying this. Do you watch TV programs and you see a racist slur being said in TV programs, people using the N-word? No, you don't. You will hear recording artists using the N-word multiple times within lyrics of the songs, right? So, think back to a program that used to be on the BBC, Gimme, Gimme, Gimme. Linda Hughes. She used to walk into that flat, and every single time she walked into that flat, her first words to her housemate, who was Tom, was, "All right, you puff."
Does that make it okay?
Man,
So,
can I ask a normal
I
question
don't-
to you?
I don't grasp where it's going because it's used frequently through TV and things like that. I don't find it offensive. You know, I've never found it offensive. It's the same with the F, what people claim as a slur. I use that F word to my best mate. I'll text him and say, "How you doing, you F?"
Can I ask you a question, Amanda? And be honest, just want a normal question. It's not calling you out or anything, right? If you was watching a film on TV, yeah, and they said the P-double-F word, let's say, yeah, or P-O-O-F, yeah, would you turn that film off and go, "Oh, that's offended me, I don't want to watch this"?
No.
There you go.
No, I wouldn't. But the thing is, Alex, we're not talking about things that are on the telly. We're talking
What?
about that.
But
That's
why- but why
not,
though?
because that's not real life, Alex. It's the telly.
Neither's TikTok.
Of course, TikTok is real life.
But you're
Right,
saying,
sit
but you're
watching
saying the
TV
word.
through
You
an
said the
LCD
word's
screen.
offensive. You said the word's offensive. So if
It
the word-
is offensive.
You sit watching TV through an LCD screen. You sit watching
I
TikTok
don't
through
watch.
an
I don't watch
LCD screen.
TV actually.
It's the same thing. TikTok's an app. If people are that offended, and again, this isn't going to be a very popular opinion, but it's just mine. If people are so offended by what
Oh, he's being dropped. He's being dropped. Right. So let me just say this if I can remember what I wanted to say. Oh, fucking hell, it's gone now. it's gone what I wanted to say. He's fucking put me off because I end up zoning out.
Would you understand what I'm saying, though? If the word's offensive to you, and I understand if you got family or whatever, not offensive, but, you know, it pisses you off, you've heard that word, right? So if you've heard it on TV, why wouldn't you have the same outrage and go, you know what, I don't like that word, I'm going to turn that program off. But you, on an app, because I believe a lot of times people use it for content on an app to say they're outrageous just to go far up live. I believe that.
Well, I haven't fired up alive because you've said that word.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I know a lot of people do. You know, like fake outrage. It's all over the app. Hypocrisy, fake outrage. My throat's gone fucked.
But just because one person says that they're not offended by it, it's like, so if one person turns round and says, oh, I'm not offended by getting called the N-word, does that mean that you can start going round and calling people the N-word?
But what do you mean? Like, you know, if they watch the film and stuff?
Alex, yeah, I've been to 2 concerts in the past year, right?
Yeah.
Well, I've been to more, but I'll name these 2. One of them was 50 Cent, one of them was Usher. And best believe I was singing at the top of me lungs. But when it came to that word, I didn't say it.
Yeah.
It's not hard.
Yeah, I agree. But there's also artists that make white people sing it. It's mad. Chris Brown does. You know, when there's a song in Chris Brown when he says, if you want to say the M-word, no, everyone say the M-word. He tries to make the whole fucking crowd say it.
That's what I wanted to say. You've just reminded me of it. So you're saying that people will turn around and say from different communities and say, well, I'm claiming that word back. I'm taking the power back by you know, using that word or whatever. But that doesn't mean to say that that's what they should have to do.
Yeah, of course, but this is what I'm saying. People are outraged by different things. Some people find certain things offensive, some don't. That's what I'm trying to get my point at. That's what I'm saying.
But they should never have to take the power back from getting called an N-word or a P-word or the POOF word or the Q word, whatever. They shouldn't have to take that power back. It's not a lot more serious, Carla. Being racist is not a lot more serious than saying POOF.
But that's up to them, the communities to, you know what I mean? That's like, what, you know.
No, it's a hate crime, Alex.
Well, if it is, that's what I mean. That's up for other people to describe. That's it. Some people will be offended by something said. Some people won't. You know what I mean? It's up to the individual. Remember, offence is an individual thing when it comes to certain things, because you can say one thing to one person of a community, and they'll go, I'm not bothered," and then say it to another person, they'll be offended. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Then here's a question, right? How many people do you hear of committing sui thingy because the black? Well, how many people do you hear of committing suicide because they're gay?
I don't know any figures top of my head, so I couldn't really.
Well, I'll tell you what, it'll be a lot more.
Believe it or not, suicide's quite high in the travelling community, actually, by the way. Just letting you know.
Yeah, I know it is. Because I've got a lot of friends who are travellers. Some really good friends who are travellers. But, you know, there's a lot of suicides in the gay community as well, Alex. Because it's so hard for them to come out. Even these days. It's so hard for them to come out. And when words like that are getting thrown around willy-nilly, it's not surprising.
Well, that's an individual thing, though, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like I said, it depends how people interpret what people say, or if offence is caused. That's what I'm trying to say.
What have I missed there as her dad? You want to hope I, as her dad, don't cross paths with you, or as I would be held accountable. What have I missed?
As her dad, you want to hope I, as her dad, don't cross paths with you, as I won't be held accountable. Huh? Oh, I missed something here. God knows.
I don't know who that was.
God knows. You know, I'm lost.
No, I don't know who that was aimed at. But I just think, Alex, you know, like, going back a year, you wouldn't have dreamed of coming out with something like that.
Do you know what? Do you know what it is, right? For me, I just like to have laughs and just, you know, just relax. I have friends on the app that I chill with. Man, I think, right, and this is my opinion, it's not facts. I think if we were still friends, right, and I was saying that word, I don't think you'd be that bothered. It's like, because I don't think we're that...
I would, Alex. I would. Because if it's one community I'm always going to stand up for, it's the gay community.
He said Alex called his daughter a ped. God, whatever.
I would, Danielle. I will always be an advocate for the gay community. Because, believe it or not, I've known that my little brother was gay since he was about 7.
So, okay, would you class, right, and this is a question to you, right? If I'm having a chat with a friend, yeah, and we was having banter, right, and I called him the word, right, I'm not going to say it, but if I called him, yeah, right, would you class that as a hate crime?
If he doesn't, it's offensive. It's still offensive. But if he doesn't, if you're talking, say, like Corey, if he doesn't take it in an offensive way, then that's up to him. But didn't he take what Rickster said offensive?
Well, that's the difference, and it's all about intention. Rickster was throwing threats while saying it. With me, I'm having banter.
I don't think it was to do with the threats. I think it was just to do with the word that he used.
Well, of course he's going to say that when someone's threatening.
because he's not his friend.
Well, that's what I mean. I'm having banter amongst friends. Do you not see where I'm going this?
I just think if you're having banter, then really there's other ways of having banter without using slurs.
Yeah, of course. Like I said, everyone's different. Everyone's got different humours. You know this. Oh my God, you called it Dave the other day in an argument. Kevlar, do you know the difference? Me and Dave, we don't argue. We're not enemies. We had a bit of banter. He was coming at me saying I was fat. I went back at him. It doesn't matter. It's not an argument. We're having, this is, you know what I mean? You're making out like there was an argument there. Go and speak to Dave yourself. Crazy. You're all mental.
No, I think we saw what Rickster said through the letterbox. And he was calling him chunky bum, I think was the word that Rickster used. We all saw what he said on the camera, and it was chunky bum.
I think it was off the back of him turning up at his house as well, to be honest with you, sir.
Yeah, but someone's just said Rickster was shouting things through the window like that at him. And all I heard Rickster say was chunky bum when he went to the house. Yeah, I don't agree with anyone turning up at anyone's houses. I really, really don't. I think it's ridiculous. Anyone turning up to people's houses because of an argument on fucking TikTok. Yeah, I have heard that, Abby, but I didn't hear it that day. Maybe I just didn't see the whole clip. I just saw part of it as well. So, you know, but I don't think anyone should be turning up to anyone's house. It's fucking ridiculous. Or paying other people to do it either. Yeah.
So are you going to apologise to me then?
I'm a fuck.
It's fucking terrible. That's what I mean. So you can't even make you accountable for this, you know.
What have I got to apologise to you for?
You've held a hate life.
Get the fuck. Alex, this live. I came live and said I'm only coming live for 5 minutes. And I've been on for about fucking 6 hours.
Well, that's your problem, innit? You got problems, you got issues.
I've got loads of issues, apparently.
Well, we know this already. You know, you ain't got to tell people. Jesus Christ, stop outing yourself. Do you know, I think, Amanda, I think you've become bored. I think you should take up crochet or something.
Alex, I've been crocheting for years.
Oh, see, she's threatening me now, guys.
But you know what? I can actually crochet at the same time as I'm on TikTok.
Wow.
I don't know who's made threats towards. That was a fake account that made the threat towards Alex. Someone said it was a fake account. It got blocked.
Apparently I called someone a pred or a paedophile or what, God knows. If I've called your daughter a paedophile, then she must be one. I don't call random people for no reason.
Don't you?
Not really.
But you do.
Only if they've started randomly talking about kids.
So this is another thing that gets on me with Alex. You can't even mention the word kid on this app and people go, what are you talking about kids for? You're a nonce, you're a nonce, you're a nonce. I've never heard anything so stupid in all my life.
Do you know what I find strange, Manda? When two adults are arguing and then someone randomly mentions kids. It's weird. Starts targeting their children. For me, that's Nancy tendencies. Sorry.
No, it's not. It's not.
So two adults having a conversation, having an argument back and forth, and then for you to, in your brain, while with acts of aggression, start talking about kids. That's weird. You tell me anyone's normal mindset where two adults are arguing, and in that anger, your mind goes to kids.
It depends on what the argument's about.
There should be no thought of the kids in your head when you're angry.
No, if you're arguing about kids, then yeah.
Well, Rach, you take it up with fucking Corey. Nothing to do, mate. He's a friend of mine, that's it. We're not allowed to deflect in here, remember?
Didn't you say something before, though, about Felicity's kid?
She mentioned mine first, remember? She said about you don't see your kid and everything. Remember, Amanda?
I think you said to her, swear on your kids' lives.
That's not me targeting her, mentioning her kids, really, let's be honest.
Right, so, unless you say something untoward about a child...
Yeah, it's got to be untoward, obviously.
This is what I'm saying, Alex. But how many times on this app do people just say things like, go and look after your kids, and they'll go, you're a nonce, why are you talking about kids? You're a nonce. That's ridiculous.
No, it's because it's the way it's said. You know what I mean? Like, insinuating they're on the app, they should be looking after kids. Sometimes weird mindsets go to them sort of dark places. For me, right, if I'm arguing with you, man, and we're having a back and forth, the last thing on my mind is to mention your children. You know what I mean?
But when you've got people who've got kids and they're on this app all day, box jumping from one to one to one to one, and the kids are home from school and they're still box jumping, then they're never going to get these years back.
So look at your mod. What your mod said. Just saying.
Well, that's true. Half of them should be.
But that's what that shouldn't be said though in like heat of an argument.
Well, yeah, it is. It's yeah. A lot of people should spend more time looking after the kids than being on here causing bother. And people call Sophie Bailey for all kinds on this app. And
I've never ever once mentioned her being a parent.
no, but a lot of people call no, not necessarily as a parent, but for all different things. But I'll tell you what, you never see that girl on this app. Her kids are in bed every night before she does her show.
But this is the thing, like you said, you called us bad mothers. Felicity, let me tell you now, right?
You did, Alex?
Yeah. Do you know why? Because literally in the chat, there's things, kids being mentioned, and I thought to myself, while people's parents, religions, and all that's being mentioned, you talking about your own children is terrible. Sorry, it is. How could you trust that your conversation isn't going to go anywhere when people are mocking people's families and that in that live or in that Discord?
Alex, I think you'll find that it was, 4 people.
Incompetence, that is.
I think it was 4. Alex, with all due respect, I was one of the people who put pictures of my family in that Discord. You called us all bad parents and bad grandparents, did you not?
Incompetence, that's what I said, yeah. I'll stand by it.
Well, right, with all due respect, Alex, who are you to question anyone on the parenting?
Because in that Discord, Alicia's children was mentioned. Alicia's fucking children's religion. No, it doesn't matter.
People.
But it doesn't matter who it was. There was people in your Discord mocking her fucking children's religion and stuff. Why would you want to?
I don't think people were mocking it, Alex. I don't think people were mocking it.
Okay. Look, I don't want to go there with you because it'll make you all look stupid, right?
It won't make me look stupid because
No, okay.
I was actually in the bath when that was going on.
Okay. I'm going to ask you a question now, right? And you have your honest opinion, right? So, you sharing your stuff, your own pictures in there, while there's people in there, in that Discord, that is literally talking about children and all that stuff, wouldn't you say that was incompetence?
Alex, do you know if they were turning around and saying something like, oh, I fancy that kid, then yeah, it'd be incompetent to put pictures of our children in there.
There was questioning of fucking Alicia's child's fucking religions and saying about is this a Muslim name or whatever.
You think that makes them nonsense, Alex?
It's fucking really questionable behaviour.
Behave yourself.
Also, okay, right. So you wouldn't class that as strange.
If someone turned round and said, are their grandkids Catholic? I wouldn't go, they're nonsense, asking if my grandkids are Catholic.
So there was people in there saying, do you think that's a real Muslim name? Come on now. Do you think
that that's Nancy?
It's on the borderline Nancy behaviour.
Oh, behave, Alex.
So, okay, you've got an issue with someone, but you thought, you're going to start talking about that, not you, but there's going to be people in there talking about her kids, the kids' religion, saying if that's a Muslim name and that is fucking odd.
It's not Nancy.
Well, that's up to the chat.
But you'll find that there was 4 people in that Discord who actually briefly mentioned her kids, me not being one of them. I want to put out there.
Paris, do you know what the funniest thing is? You're saying to me, grow up, but Canadian Angie agreed with it. So don't worry, mate. I'm going to tell Canadian Angie what you've said as well, that what I've said is wrong. Canadian Angie also agreed with that about the chat. So there you go, Paris.
What do you think Canadian Angie's going to do? Keep it in? Say you're not going out next week?
But she's telling me to grow up, right, when the person that she supports agrees with what I've said. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, well, just because the person she supports agrees with you, she doesn't have to agree with you. She's entitled to her own opinion. But I don't think you've got any moral high ground, Alex, to question us as parents.
What?
Because you're not a parent.
Who isn't?
You.
And I?
Well, you might be a parent, but you're not an active parent.
See, that's a lie you've said now again. You've gone on what Felicity's told you.
No, I've gone on what everyone's said. People are saying that's disgusting. We all got called bad mothers. We all got called bad mothers by Alex.
So, okay then, right, here we go then.
So if someone is bringing up their own child, then
right,
okay,
Felicity's just
have
said,
an opinion.
but you see, this is lies again. You're allowing your friend and Mod put lies. Alex, you can't see your kids. That's bullshit.
Alex, I've heard that since I came on the app.
Then why have you never mentioned it to me then, Amanda?
Why should I?
So we was friends, and you've never once said, Alex, I've got a question for you. Why aren't you able to see your children?
No, I wouldn't dream of asking you why.
So why say it on an app in front of 400 odd people?
Because you called us bad mothers and bad grandparents, Alex.
So you wouldn't. So that's what I mean. Nancy behaviour. So you wouldn't say it when you were a friend of mine, but you'd say it in an argument. That's Nancy behaviour.
So you're calling me a nonce?
No, Nancy behaviour. The difference between showing Nancy tendencies and being a full-blown Nancy is two different things.
Right, okay, so you showed Nancy tendencies, Alex, when you called us all bad mothers and bad grandparents?
No, it's an observation of what was going on in that.
Yeah, and mine's an observation.
But it's not because you're saying it's fact when it isn't. Big difference. Amanda, you can't wrap me up, man. I'm too clever for this shit.
You're not more clever than me, Alex.
Well, do you know what? We'll go equal. It's hilarious because at the end of the day, there's a difference between me making an observation of kids being spoken about in a Discord, for you to randomly not speak to me as a friend and say, "Oh, I've just got a question," but then use it as a weapon against me on a live in front of Lily 500 people.
Alex, you called me a bad mother and a bad
I said an incompetent parent.
Well, incompetent then.
Well,
do you really think I'm going to take that lying down?
Well, I'm not being funny, like I said to you. When there's people in there, I'm not saying you, there was people in that live or in the Discord talking about people's children. You thought it was a safe place to put pictures of your own kids. That's incompetent, sorry.
Alex, if those people were saying anything untoward about in a actual way towards a child, they'd have been out of that Discord. Never mind us putting pictures of our kids in there. So people have put pictures of their kids in there as well.
So you agree that what's gone on in there was fine? So you agree with Alicia's childs and kids and all that being mentioned in there about their religions and then saying, is that a Muslim name, do you think, and all this stuff, people mocking it? You think that's acceptable?
I don't think people were mocking it, but no, I'm not going to say it was fine, no.
But that's what I mean. You said you only would have got rid of them if there was mentioning sexual things towards kids. Don't you think that was wrong, though?
Well, for a start, it wasn't my Discord, so I was in no situation to be kicking anyone out of it. I had no say who went in, and I had no say who went out. But to say that because we thought it was a safe place to share pictures of our kids makes us incompetent parents and grandparents, that unless you're bringing up your own child, you're not in a situation to call out anybody else as a parent and what decisions they make about their own children.
I just think it's a bit crazy. Like Queen Blessings has said there, people need to take their own advice when they sit on an app instead of going looking after their kids. Because like I said, we've all got friends, you know. I don't say it to people.
About me looking after my kids?
No, not yours. About mine in general. You probably got friends that you sit in boxes with every day, you know, that have probably got youngsters. You know what I mean? So where you're saying they should be off the app looking after their thingy, you're actually mocking your friendship group. You know what I mean? Just a food for thought.
I think my friends don't sit on an app all day, every day though, do they? And as for me looking after my kids, I brought my 2 kids up practically.
Oh, I'm not saying it, Manda. You know me. I'd never play that.
I'm talking to the chat. I brought my kids up practically on my own till my daughter was 15 and my son was 10. And now my kids are 33 and 29. So I don't have kids. I've earned the right, if I want to be on this app all day long.
She was only saying in general.
Did you tell Felicity to look after her kids before, Alex?
Yeah, I did.
Well then, so what's wrong with anyone? So would you not say that borders on noncy?
No, but you mentioned my child first. Mine was a response. You said to me, sometimes tit for tat, sometimes people go back at people. Just saying.
Yeah, they do.
Exactly, there you go.
So did she mention your child before you told her to go and look after?
She did. You know she did.
No, I can't remember. That's why I'm asking you.
Yeah, of course she did. She mentioned it first. I said to her, swear in your child's life because she was lying, and then she went, "Why are you asking me to swear in my child's life? You can't see yours." That's what I said. That's why I started.
So you mentioned kids first?
Not really. Let me saying you swear in your child's life because she always goes on the app saying, my daughter. So I said to her, okay, because I know she's lying. You swear on your daughter's life in this chat now.
But asking someone to swear on the child's life is a bit extreme.
Yeah, probably a bit extreme. Maybe a little bit childish as well, I ain't going to lie. But what I'm saying is, that's not me talking negative about anyone's child. It's just saying you swear on that child's life because it's, you know what I mean? Maybe childish.
He's saying to you, you don't see your child isn't talking negative about your child. It's talking negative about you.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
Because she's making out that I don't see my child when she doesn't know this. So she's spinning a web of lies.
But
how can you compare the both, Manda? Come on, you're better than this.
She's not the only one who says that, though, Alex.
Yeah, but people can say what they want. Angie says it all the time.
What, swear on your kids' lives?
No, saying that I don't see my child. She told everyone yesterday that fucking no wonder he's not allowed to see his kids because Tony doesn't let him. I haven't got no children with Tony.
No, I know you haven't.
This is what I mean. Like I said, people can spout lies and spout shit all they want.
Although this is none of my business, but I do feel for, and I've thought about this, after you's split up, I do feel for the kids because yous were together for a long time, so it's like you were a massive part of their lives as well, do you know what I mean?
Oh, you're talking about kids.
Am I a nonce?
Yep. Heidi winners, you don't care. You don't know anything, like I said. You can say what you want about me, you don't know nothing. It's hilarious. Make your observations. I find it quite funny. I can't believe I lost my voice in this live. It's hilarious.
I'm not surprised, all the arguing you've done.
I know. It's quite amazing, isn't it?
Well, I think we've kept people entertained tonight anyway, so I just hope I haven't missed any beef elsewhere. Well, it's been beefing in here.
No, I don't know. There's probably been people talking as they always do.
I'd rather watch other people's beef than... Do
you know what it is? Do you know the reason why? It's because everyone's a hypocrite. Everyone's got selective outrage. Everyone's friends with someone that's done something wrong. And everyone tries to play the martyr. That's the truth. So,
well, I haven't got selective outrage by being offended by you using the POOF word. That's not selective. I've always been like that.
Yeah, but we've all been friends with people that have done the maddest of stuff. Might not make it right, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Everyone's a hypocrite, and it's facts.
It doesn't mean to say that we agree with it.
Yeah, you don't have to agree, but I'm saying this is the situation. This is what we get to. This is why these lives happen, and people go back and forth because it becomes point scoring. Because truly, let me be honest, you turn your phone off and it ain't on your head. You don't care. You go and live in the real world. You go to sleep. You spend time with your family. You don't give a
It's
shit.
not always, Alex, because some things have been said about me on this app, and some things have been done to me on this app that I can't just switch off when I switch my phone off.
I'll just see for what it is.
Yeah, but has any of your family been brought onto this app?
Yeah, I've had fucking accounts of dead father and everything on the app, of course.
No, I mean any of your family, like my daughter has been brought onto this app, Alex, and we don't even speak. She contacted my daughter and told her that I'd contacted her son's school and told them that she was a paedophile. I don't even know a son's name. Never mind what fucking school he goes to.
Can't believe you've done that. That's sick.
She is sick. She's warped.
I was on about you. You're disgusting for doing that.
But we know that she's warped. And I'll tell you when it all started between me and her, when I called her out about what she said to Frankie about Amy.
Oh, yeah.
That's when it started between me and her.
Yeah, G's been coming from me lately for some weird reason, just because I don't want to be a friend. She was in my inbox begging to be my friend, and then all of a sudden, I've been blanking out and not responding to her. She's now coming for me.
Well, you've been getting slagged off for the past few days.
Yeah, that's the reason why. She was messaging me a couple of weeks ago trying to be my friend.
No, not just by her.
Who else?
Gummy.
I don't get why. She was right on my arse in my life.
I know she was. I know she was. I couldn't understand what that was all about. Because she had the most to say about you.
Yeah, I was
and
just.
then all of a sudden it was, oh, I wanted a. I mean, she's fucking weird. But now she's mates with Paula again. She's fucking thinking she's a gangster again, and because she's got a few people in her boxes, she's going all gangster again and fucking chatting shit about everyone.
I just find it all funny. It's like Snow, for example. Snow was saying I was disgusting. She jumped in Angie's box to be in her friend. I've got a video that I'm going to upload. The stuff that she used to say about Angie was way worse than I've ever said about Angie.
What did Snell say you were disgusting about?
Just in general, the way I talk, the way I've been and all this stuff. It's alright, because when I upload the video of what she used to say about Angie, you know, basically saying, I'm not going to say, I'm going to upload it, and then you can all make your mind up.
I got accused of making up accounts in Angie's dad. I've never even seen Angie's dad. And I certainly wouldn't do something like that. I came live the other night. I was literally live for 10 minutes and an account came in my husband's name with my full address. And the picture was of my husband at his grandson's christening. And you could actually see two of his sons on the picture because they weren't cropped off. And I'm not even in possession of that picture. So, the only place I looked on his kids' Facebooks before, and his daughter has got it as a screen thing, the back picture. So that's the only place I can think where they've gone onto his daughter's Facebook, took the picture of him, and used it as a profile picture. Now, how fucking sick is that? I was literally live 10 minutes.
I don't know about this, but I know a lot about the stuff that obviously was accepted by your friends. I'm not talking about you before you jumped down my throat. I'm talking about fucking things that was acceptable and behaviours towards like Alicia, bagging, all that stuff, and Chomp.
What do you mean?
there was some bad stuff said, weren't there, in the Discords and stuff, and then there was certain things being mentioned, and then obviously Alicia's kids was mentioned, and a few other weird things. I can't actually think of them off the top of my head, but I remember seeing a lot of the screenshots, and I was like, fucking hell, that's quite bad.
Oh, most of us who were in that Discord can't stand Alicia, but Chomp couldn't at that time either, because she was the one who started the conversation about it in the first place. But they've spoke like adults apparently now, so...
Yeah, but like I said, we all move on, don't we? Like,
Yeah, but I can't bear her. I'll never fucking like her. I can't bear her. Yeah, can't bear her.
To be honest with you, Amanda, she's a really nice person, you know.
No, she's not, Alex.
She is. She's my little troll buddy.
Yeah, she might be, but that doesn't, just because you like her doesn't mean to say that everyone else does. There's probably as many people on this app that don't like her as do. And that's the truth.
Well,
because the lies that she's told about me, it was her who told Angie that I'd made an account up in her dad's name and was trolling her.
It was you. I've got proof, but I can't show it.
I don't even know what Angie's dad looks like.
I've got proof it's you, Amanda, but I can't show it, unfortunately.
And people are saying, oh, you used to call Angie for all kinds. Yeah, because do you remember, Alex, that time when I was in your box and Angie said something about God?
Oh, yeah, she said that she dated him.
Don't, that was my husband, don't.
But I'm not saying anything nasty, am I?
It's offensive.
Well, I know Angie's a bit offensive, you know, I do get that, but...
No, it's offensive to talk about my husband like that.
Paris has said, AB, do you think you'll ever change? What do you mean, come trans? No, I don't think I'd ever become trans, to be honest with you. No. I'm happy being just a normal man, to be honest with you.
Do you know what, Paris? I think Alex has changed. I've seen a massive change in him over the past few months.
Do you believe that?
What?
That I've changed?
Yeah.
Are you calling me a trans?
No, I'm calling you a dickhead.
No. You'd never say that, ever.
I've just called you it.
I told you I dox.
Fucking dox.
I'll say slurs.
No, you won't say slurs.
Say sorry then.
No.
I'll slur.
I'll fucking drop you right out the box if you do.
Well, I've already said the slur then, so it's already hit home.
What was that? So it's okay for your mod to say that we, as Alex Community, talk on CSA? Who said that?
Probably Felicity.
I used to always be in Alex's and I haven't seen his chat talking about that.
I've got a lovely community, a lovely chat.
Oh no, Felicity said they support you when you did it.
But it's perception as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? We could say that about all different creators that have done madness, you know what I mean, and say that you support them. Same thing. You know what I mean? It's just like, it's crazy.
But if you cast your mind back to when you made that comment, Alex, I didn't pick up on anything when you said that.
No one did.
Well, they did, because a survivor did. I didn't, because thank God I'm not a survivor. But
should tell you how that's not true.
What's not true?
What you just said. It's not true.
What, that I'm a survivor?
No. Of course, I never questioned that. You know when I said that comment, yeah, it was being cam 2'd in another live.
I know, I was in the box.
Yeah. And when I said that, no one was outraged. No one said anything. No one said anything.
No, because the person who picked up on it was in the chat. They weren't in the box.
No. The person that picked up on it and jumped in the box was Chloe. Chloe told me.
It wasn't Chloe.
Well, so Chloe jumped in the box. I've got the cam too. I've got the recording.
Yeah, Chloe might have jumped in the box, but it wasn't her who picked up on it. It was the survivor.
Well, like I say, like I've got the recording, and it was Chloe that jumped in the box. Me and Chloe's cool. Like, you know what I mean? We've moved on from it all. Like, I don't really. She comes in my life now and again, but yeah, she jumped up in the box. Said, "You know what he meant there? Like, no one was outraged because the comment wasn't directed in that way at all."
Alex, there was a survivor who picked up on that, and she picked up. I don't know. My head doesn't even want to go there about what survivors went through, but obviously something triggered her, and it did fucking trigger her, and it wasn't Chloe.
Was she triggered off the fact as what Chloe said in the box? Then she was triggered, or what? Because I wasn't in there, so I don't know.
No. Straight away she said something in the comments. Because, like I said, I don't know where that comment took her mind to. But as a survivor, it obviously took her mind to somewhere she didn't want to go.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. That's what I said. Like, I can't say anyone was wrong for the way they interpreted what I meant, obviously, but I didn't mean it that way. Of course not. I don't care what anyone says. I would never say that. I apologise because how people took it, and if anyone was offended, of course I'm gonna, because I'm an adult. But I'm not going to apologise for saying, "Oh yeah, I meant it in that way," because I didn't, obviously. And the only people that would say that, you know, that I did mean it that way is people that dislike me, because anyone that knows me would know I'd never mock it anyway. Because remember, Amanda, this is what you need to understand, and I've told everyone the same as well, right? Misread How to Live on it, do you remember?
No.
Well, afterwards, misread How to Live on it, right? And it was a big discussion. There was like 7,000 something people in there, right? And misread said, "Is anyone got any messages off the app on WhatsApps or anything where Alex makes sick jokes towards children?" Not one person jumped up in that box. Everyone said, "No, he's never spoke like that off the app." So if that's my intention to cause offence and that's my humour, then why would I do it on an app and not do it off an app? You know what I mean? And that's what I said to people.
I mean, I'll be perfectly honest with you. I still don't comprehend what it actually meant. Like, what were those things?
I said it before. Remember that night that actually the comment come out, Amanda, and this is what people don't tell you, because the people that dislike me won't tell you this. But them comments that I said that night, right, that was the first night I heard about the guy downstairs, right? But I said them same comments to Kelly prior 2 weeks before that. So how, you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? I said the same comments to Kelly 2 weeks prior, but that night was the first night I found out about the guy downstairs. So you know what I mean?
Do you remember that time when you said that you were going to go live and out everything about Chloe, and then you had a phone call with her and you didn't go live, and Irish Kelly went live all made up going, "Oh, she was all excited because she thought you were going to start coming out with all kinds about Chloe," and then when you said you weren't, she was hysterical crying and was live for like 10 hours ranting about you.
I vaguely remember. I don't know, I can't tell you exactly what was said, but I do recall something like that happening.
Well, do you know that she called you a pred? Then?
Chloe?
No, Kelly did.
Oh, I don't care what Kelly says, let's be honest.
Because I've been going through all my old screen recordings and stuff like that the past couple of days, and I've seen, I came across a screenshot where two people, I think you were in Frankie's box, and two people went in and said, "She's just called you a pred."
Right, it's all good, isn't it? It doesn't matter.
So why do you think she said that?
Don't know. Probably copying what other people say. I don't know. God knows. You know what people follow, sheep and stuff.
Yeah, but she was involved in the whole chair situation.
But it's irrelevant, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, if someone disliked someone at the time, remember she had a big grudge against me. Like, she thought that, like, she had my back, and then all of a sudden she thought I dropped her. Because you need to understand, people move mad sometimes. Who would you ever have thought you'd see Kelly and sitting in Angie's box next to Andrew? You know what I mean? Sometimes people just move mad. It's just weird, isn't it? People, like, sometimes move on.
Yeah, well, up until that day, yous were friends. It was just simply because you didn't hold alive and out everything on Chloe.
Yeah, of course, but the thing is,
Got
as
her
well,
knickers in a twist and called you a bread.
do you know the reason why like I kind of stopped going into Kelly's life, and Kelly knows this, was because I kept going every time I went in there, and that's what I mean, that's where the tears comment was about. She kept, every time I was going in there, she was making everything about other people, and her life just went really uncomfortable. You know, it was always whinging about Chloe, or people have done this to her. And instead of the laughs that we used to have in there, it started turning into like a, oh, me, and everyone was, it was just one of them live. It got boring, you know what I mean? It
Yeah,
was
because I remember you called her a victim, and I thought, well, she fucking is. She's a victim of everything. She's always got to be the odd done by one.
And that's what I said. I said to her on the live, I said, you need to stop crying and making yourself a victim when, unfortunately, then you are becoming a victim to them, because, you know, that's what happens. And that's where the tears come from. I kept saying you just need to stop crying on your lives and stuff about it. But, you know, people can make their own interpretation. It's all good. And the crab paste, I mentioned that 2 weeks prior because she was talking about sitting on, I don't know whether I mentioned this anyway, but she was on about sitting on Tony's face and all this stuff, and Kelly was having a weird conversation in the box, yeah?
And said that to Tony?
Yeah. And I said, and I'll come out the live and said, you know what, I find this really uncomfortable. And then I went back in the live and I pulled up Tony. I said, to be fair, this is a bit weird. Like, why would you do it? And me and Tony had a little bit of a back and forth in the box. And I said, it's really odd, really. And then Kelly just said, no, I'm only joking, all that stuff. And I said, it don't matter if she sits on your face anyway. I bet she stinks of fucking fish paste anyway. But even though I said crab paste, fish paste, same thing. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I mean. People can say what they want. It's up to them. Like, it's fine. But at the end of the day, like, I'd mentioned this 2 weeks prior, but people are saying, and I never knew about that guy downstairs then. And he wasn't, no one actually knows if he was one anyway. He was alleged. But you know what I mean? But it's you know what I mean? It's fine. Like I said, people can make their own minds up.
Everyone in the chat's calling you a liar.
Of course they're calling me a liar. Of course they are. We've listened to it, Briggy. It's madness that the people are calling me a liar when I proved it.
Oh, yeah, Kat said you're telling the truth, and she'd know. Because she used to always be in Kelly's.
No, what the thing is, no one everyone in that live didn't say anything because they knew the intention. I used to always be in Kelly's. I've called her out. I was joking with her. She had banter with me. She was talking about my mushroom and all that stuff. And I used to say she stunk downstairs. Yeah, maybe distasteful. But, you know.
Very distasteful.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. You know, like, poor hygiene. She mocks me. I mock her. It's fine, but it was banter between friends at the time. There's no problems, no offence caused. Pumpkin, are you okay? I've just explained the tears. I don't think people are in your live listening, you know.
I think they are, but I think there's a lot of people who remember, and you know, it was a big deal, wasn't it? I mean, I remember having a conversation with Stacey about it, Gijueli's, and I said to her, listen, if you're going to ask me, do I think Alex is a nonce, then I'll say no. I don't think he is. But if you're going to ask me, do I think that that was questionable, that comment, then I'm going to say, yeah, it was.
Of course, and that'd be, do you know what, I'd accept that. Because at the end of the day, I never meant it that way. But your interpretation is fine, of course. Of course, I'm not going to say to you that if you've taken that offensively, that you're a liar, because I could never say that to you. That's the thing.
I didn't take it offensively because I'm not a survivor and I didn't even pick up. I was in the box and you can hear on the recording, you can hear me just chatting to people in the comments. I didn't even pick up on what you'd said. I was chatting to people in the comments. And when that's being replayed, that screen recording, that's what you'll hear. You'll hear me chatting to people in the comments. So I didn't pick up on what you'd said. But there was a survivor in the chat who did pick up on it.
Yeah, and I feel bad that they got offended by it, of course. But I'll never apologise for saying it and meaning it like I meant it that way. Of course not.
Did you mean No, she didn't. Yeah, then, you know, you came on and... But when Kelly came on and said they can all go and sit on a cactus and swivel, that's no way to...
But that's not me. That's not me, though, is it?
No.
Because I'm the only one that literally did go live and say sorry, didn't I? If you remember.
Yeah, I just think it was... It just was... It was in poor taste, wasn't it?
Terrible timing. That's what it was.
I don't think the timing had anything to...
Oh, it's all to do with the timing, because I said it 2 weeks prior, and no one could have ever said anything about that. It was only because that she said something about the peddler downstairs. Otherwise, how the hell are you going to ever imagine me just going to be in a random conversation with you and saying, "Oh, this chair smells of crab paste and tears." What? How are you ever going to link that to a child?
Oh, I see what you mean by timing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I said it prior 2 weeks ago, but no one said anything because there was no context there. But then I said it that day because that was mentioned in that whole chat, in that long conversation. Then obviously, you know, poor timing.
So you'd actually said that comment before?
Yes, this is the whole big thing, and it was proven. This is what I mean, Manda. This is the whole situation.
Was it proven though? Because this is the first time hearing about it.
Yeah, this is what I mean. People had said, "Oh, Alex said about fucking." Well, everyone knew about me telling Kelly. You've heard it yourself when I told her to stop making herself a victim. You heard that, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
but that was after the chair comment.
No, it wasn't. It was before.
No, it was before. You're right. Yeah,
it was 100% before. And this is the whole situation. And then not just only that. 2 weeks prior, 2 weeks around that time was me and the Tony fallout when Kelly and her was talking. And I went into the box, and then that whole conversation escalated when she said I was going to sit on Tony's face, and that's all that happened. And this is what I mean. Like I said, people can say what they want, but the truth's there.
Why is she talking like that? Talking about sitting on someone's face on a 13+ app.
You'd have to talk to Kelly and Tony. It has nothing to do with me, mate.
No, well, I'd rather not talk to Kelly. I mean, I would talk to Tony. I like Tony. I always liked her.
Yeah, God knows, you know. I don't speak to her, so.
But no, there's more chance of me talking to the Pope than there is of me talking to Kelly.
Poor Tony. Bit strange, that, isn't it? Because Tony's the one that said about the sticky chair comment. That's a bit strange, isn't it?
I don't think Briggy means that. I think she means poor Tony, as in because of all your shenanigans.
Don't know. What did I do wrong?
Well, messaging other women behind her back.
Wasn't true, though.
Alex, it was. I remember talking to you about it in Michelle's box.
Amanda.
Alex, I did, because I said to you then, listen, that's between you two. And I did. Don't try and gaslight me.
I'm not gaslighting you.
I said that's between you two, and if Tony can put it behind her and move on, then that's also between you two, and that's no one else's business except yours and hers.
It's madness. Do you know what I could prove to you quite easily on messages?
What about?
Of a message from Tony saying to me when I said to her, I took all the shit off you and I got blamed and called a cheat all over the app and wasn't even together. She said, yeah, we might not have been together, but you were still under my roof. And I said to her, yeah, because I was financially supporting the household. There you go, Amanda. And the only reason I didn't out that back then because I didn't want to, like her to be shamed. So there you go. People have seen the message. So there you go.
Well, unfortunately, Miss Hannah, when things are brought onto this app, everyone seems to think that it's their business. I've never got involved in all that because, it's not my business.
Felicity said, you didn't work, she did. You had feckle. Tony quit her job because I was... Are you mad? This is what I mean about lies. Tony quit her job because I had all the money. Are you mad? Are you mad? Tony quit her job because I was providing. You're crazy.
So why did she pack a job in?
Because there was enough money for me in the household. How was she working? Felicity, you're full of crap. She hasn't worked for 6 years. Felicity's full of crap.
So did you have a good little round going?
Yeah, I was, top shotter and all that. But this is what I mean. She's literally in the chat just full of shit. It's madness. I find it funny.
Jeffers has just joined, I think.
Yeah. I don't know, is there? I can't see it. I didn't see it at the bottom.
He's just come up in one of the boxes, so I think he's joined the chat.
You asked Jeffrey if I had money. It's hilarious that she's full of shit in this. I don't know why you listen to her, she just spread lies. She might be your friend, but she's just literally spouting shit.
Well, she's obviously just going by what she's being told, isn't she?
But how, if she's, like she said, I used to speak to Tony. Well, if she spoke to Tony, she would know that she quit her job because I was provided. I had enough money. I had loads of cash.
So where did it all go when you had to come on TikTok and become a beg like all the rest?
Do you mean a beg? I go live. It's not being a beg. When do you ever see me battle?
You don't turn your gifts off, though.
But why would I? Like my heart maze? That's the thing. That's what I say to people.
Fuck off.
Manda, let me tell you now. I don't ask
so
for anything.
So you come live and leave your gifts on because you love heart maze.
Manda, you're not listening to yourself.
What?
Listen to what I'm saying to you. I don't ask for anything. How can I be a beg when I ask for nothing?
Yeah, but you don't have to because you just get gifted anyway.
No. So people can become a beg by not for not asking for stuff.
Alex, are you trying to tell me that you would come on this app and do what you do, like as long as you're on this app every day, and you do it for nothing?
Let me just say to this, right, for example, right, the other day I was live, Manda, yeah? I got gifting suspended. They told me to restart my live because obviously so they could gift me. I refused and I carried on with my live.
Was you pushing for the popular to win against EQ?
She pushed against me, I didn't push against her. Big difference.
But were you going for the popular?
I get pushed up every day. I didn't go for it. There's a massive difference. So there you go. Look, you got Rachel Navarra saying you was pushing up against popular against EQ. No, EQ went live and said she pushed against me. She was competing with me. So you're wrong again, Rachel. It's madness. So people are coming. This is what I mean about the truth. Rachel's coming in here saying, "Oh, I was doing it against Eva Queen." No, Eva Queen was doing it against me.
Right. Okay. Well, I go into Sophie's every night, right? Yeah. And she was requesting you the other night because she wanted to speak to you about one of your gifters.
Yeah, I know who she's on about as well, but she doesn't really gift me.
You wouldn't accept her?
No, because I thought it was at the first. I know afterwards now I got told, but at the time I thought she just wanted to just, request me and just say what she wanted to say. But the person that she's wanted to talk to me on, I know of, and she doesn't really gift me ever. So she's not a vulnerable gifter. I maybe get a heart me off her.
Well, she's been seen gifting you in your life, and while she's gifting, she's tapping other people for money.
Yeah, but that's the problem. So if I'm not being funny, right? Everyone's financial background's different. But if she sent me 50 heart me's ever since she's been in my lives, that's 50 pence. I don't think 50 pence will ever, over the course of months or a month or so, going to put anyone out of house.
No, but I think she's gifted you more than heart me's, though.
I'll be honest with you. If she has gifted me a random hand heart now and again, it's never been more than that. I can assure you that now. I know there's a way I can find out how much I've been gifted off that person. And you know what? I'll happily send it because I've got no issue. That person has not gifted me. If I'll guarantee you now, in ever since they've been in my life, if I've had 1,000 coins off them, I'd be shocked.
How much is 1,000 coins?
£10 in months. I don't think that's going to put anyone out of house.
No, but £10 could feed some really impoverished families for a week.
But I'm talking over months, Manda. Like I said, total since she's ever been in my lives, which is months. You know what I mean? Which would probably equate to what? Fucking 30 pence a week.
Yeah, well, 30 pence a week's nothing like, but... Yeah, I know he thanks everyone. Just Ashy, I know he does. Yeah, my gifts are on, Jojo, and I don't turn my gifts off because I don't get gifted. I get like the odd gift.
But do you know how silly that sounds? It's okay, you get a good occasional gift or whatever, that's fair enough, right? So because I get gifted, I'll just rip them off. Sounds a bit crazy, don't it?
No, and I just said if you're not on the app for money, then why not switch them off? I mean, I'm not being funny, but I don't need to be on the app for money. I'm in an alright situation, and I don't need this app for money.
Am I on UC? Am I, Felicity? Yeah. It's mad that is now because now when you withdraw and stuff, you've got to pull your tax stuff in now. Your self-employed codes and all that stuff. Just letting you know.
Yeah, my gifts are on. Who's just said that? My gifts are on, Miss Hannah. I don't bother turning them off because usually I'll come off, and if I've made £1.50, that's all I've made. And don't get me wrong, I'm thankful that people have even bother to send that, do you know what I mean? Because no one's obliged to. But I don't come on here and get gifted, like, big gifts and all that, so... but there might be other people in me boxes that people do want a gift.
The mad thing is, Felicity, if you know how much money I had, you wouldn't be saying stuff like that.
You had or you've got?
Regardless, it doesn't matter what I've got now or what I mean, I'm comfortable, but I'm on about back then as well. I had obscene amounts of money.
Yeah, you've said that to me before.
Obscene.
Yeah, gifting is a personal choice. I just wonder how many people would still be on the app if they stopped the gifting. Because the likes of us, we come on here just to chill and have a chat. We don't think, oh God, I'm going to go live and see how much I can make.
The thing is, Felicity, you know, when you're saying about all the universal credit and all this, yeah, which you can say, right, regardless if it's a lie or not, that's your choice. But let me tell you now, you do know back then when you're saying that I had, you know, I was on UC, you do know if you had over 10 grand in your bank, yeah, or I think it's £8,000, that your bank gets flagged, right, and they have to inform the actual, well, the DWP. I had way more than that in my bank. So, just letting you know.
What can you have? 10 grand?
I think it's up to 10 grand before the system gets, or they have to inform or something. I don't know how it works. Is it 6k? So Stacey Kemp said 6k. Well, 6k then, whatever it is. But I had well over that in my bank. Well over that. So if I was on UC, I don't think that would have lasted very long, do you think?
Oh, I don't even know how I end up in here. I was literally in the middle of typing. No, Alex is 6k.
Well, I played way more than that.
With if you have anything over 6k, they give you about a year to spend it, but you have to, like, you know, get like receipts, and sometimes you have to get like receipts and stuff. And if you have, after like the year, sometimes if you have more than £6,000 in your bank account, that's when they start obviously taking money off you and stuff.
Felicity, let me tell you now, right? I had plenty of money in the bank. I had 20 grand in a safe in the household. That's Tony, she won't lie to you. There you go. It's madness. Like I said, I don't have to tell anyone what I have and what I ain't, but like I said, I'm just proving you to be a liar yet again. It's just you.
So when you get gifted on here, what do you do? Because like anything I get gifted, I just always gift back.
Drug dealer now. Jesus Christ, I'm a drug dealer.
I just gift back to people. I never like bother withdrawing anything. I just leave it and then I end up
Rotten
talking
teeth.
more.
I've never had rotten teeth, KJ. Behave yourself.
You've seen him gift red. Yeah, Alex always just gifts the bigger creators.
No, that's not a lie. That's not true. I've
is,
gifted loads of little ones. Normal ones, say little because that's terrible, but smaller
I
creators.
don't even get a fucking heart me off you.
Really? You're joking? You lucky I'm in here.
Cheeky twat. Has he gifted you, Crashly?
Yeah.
Is Ashley a big creator?
She's friends with DG, but she's a big creator. She goes in the States. She's from America. She's you know what it is?
Is Crashly the one who came over for the fight?
Yeah. She's lovely. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I heard the name. She came over with
Yeah, she's lovely. She's always
Didn't she come over with someone else?
Yeah, Fred.
Was it Fred? Is Fred American?
I think no, he's
Fred
Friday.
was
No,
Dutch.
yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. But he did come over for the fight as well.
Nice to meet you, Crashly. Yeah, I thought Fred was Dutch. That was good of her to come all the way over from America, wasn't it?
Shows good support, don't it?
Yeah, he has got a good support network, DJ.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, he is actually. He's from Denmark.
Denmark, that's a yeah. He's a nice guy, Freddie is as well.
I thought you meant DJs. No. Do you know what I love about DJ? The way he is with his little one. He's just I commented on one of his posts the other day and got well over 100 likes on me comment.